Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is December 5th, and we're on page 17 in your magazines, and we have a wonderful translation exercise for you. Here is part A, number 1.
好，我们看 A 题组翻译的第一题啊。他说呢，许多人害怕跟不熟的人聊天，因为他们担心会感到尴尬。
Do you personally ever have this problem, Wesley?
Well, if I don't talk to strangers, that's not because I'm worried about awkwardness. No, usually I just don't feel like talking to them.
You don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it as you were reading it, and I was thinking for Wesley, I can't remember when Wesley was afraid of speaking.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. And as for the other point you mentioned that you just don't really want to talk to these people, I just read a story recently in 世说新语. And it was a story about a guy who was a guest at somebody else's house. And this guy already had a bunch of guests. They had already sat down. And the host says, well, how about if you sit down with the other guests and have a chat with them, converse with them? The guy said, I already know too many people. Please don't bother introducing any more.
所以这个 Karen 老师之前读到《世说新语》哈，那个里面呢有一个人到人家家里做客哈，那因为其他客人很多，那主人就说，你要不要坐来这边跟其他人聊一聊啊，认识认识啊？那个人就说，我已经认识够多人了哈，请你不要再介绍新人让我认识了。
Exactly. When I read it, I just broke out in a smile because now we sort of have this kind of friend anxiety or friend fatigue over the social media. Because we often have too many friends. And, do you want to be my friend? I don't even know this person. So it's something I think that speaks to today.
Speaks to today 就是在今天还很适用的东西。所以这个 Karen 老师讲到说，现在很多人呢，这个在 social media 上面已经有太多的朋友了，很多人根本你可能没有见过面，或那也是你的所谓的朋友哈。所以这个我们可以参考一下《世说新语》这个故事哈，就了解一下。其实我想大家都同意啊，朋友真正的重要不是除非你是演艺人员啊，不然真正重要的不是多少朋友，而是有多好的朋友。
If you have one good friend, that's really enough.
Yeah, 其实你如果有一个真正的好的朋友啊，不但是好朋友，而且是好的朋友，那就够了。
So here was a commentary from the 4th century AD.
Wow.
That was the 4th century. And that guy must have been an introvert. Doesn't like parties and having to deal with a lot of different people in a superficial way.
Yeah, 好，所以这个是世说新语是西元4世纪的时候写的东西啊。那我们刚刚讲那个主角呢，他一定是个 introvert， 就是一个内向的人啊。那他不太喜欢啊跟太多的人啊这样交往啊等等的。
尤其是很肤浅的。
而且其实很肤浅的。这个其实我其实有的时候也会有这种感觉，在某些场合跟很多你不认识的人讲一些这个不着边际的话，那个其实是有一点，你会觉得事后会觉得有点空空的哈。跟很多人聊了天，可是后来发现好像没有什么感觉。
Not only empty but tiring.
而且呢会蛮让人觉得会累的。
Okay.
好，所以我们来看看这个句子哈。许多人害怕，那我们就许多人就是 many people。好，那这个害怕呢，这个地方的害怕，我们可以用 be afraid to 或者 be afraid of 啊，因为他是真的害怕，他真的是会怕，而不是说这个我怕黑那种怕啊。所以呢，这个他真的很害怕，所以我们可以说 many people are afraid to。那跟不熟的人聊天啊，那聊天英文当然有很多种说法，但在这里呢，其实这个聊天，我想其实它是有一个 conversation 啊，因为你如果不熟，你也不太可能跟他真正的 chat 啊，那当然也是有可能的，但是这个地方我想它比较强调应该是一个 conversation， 所以英文有一个片语可以说是 engage in conversation with someone 啊，就是跟人在处于聊天的状态，所以我这里可以说 many people are afraid to engage in conversation with people。然后这 people 是什么样的 people 呢？ What kind of people? 是 people they don't know 啊，这地方是不熟哈。当然我可以翻成they are not familiar with 啊，但其实英文 people they don't know 啊，就是他们不认识的人，也就是不熟的人嘛。
That's right. If you say people they're not familiar with, it could mean that they don't know them at all. It's possible. But it could also mean that, well, we've been introduced, but we don't know each other very well. It could have either meaning.
好，所以如果说是这个 they are not familiar with， 你用这样的翻译的话，那有两种可能，就一个就是你完全不，它也可能表示你完全不认识，那也可能你有一点认识但是不熟。 好，所以这里呢，我只是说有另外一种方法，你可以直接翻 people they don't know 啊 ，they don't know。然后呢，因为就直接说 because。那我中间在 know 后面我打了一个逗点，那因为我要交代很这个原因也蛮重要的，我就打个逗点说 because 啊，他们担心 they're worried 啊，会感到尴尬啊。那会感到尴尬是怎么样？是这个他觉得尴尬，也可以说是这个整个情况整件事情啊可能会有一点点尴尬。那尴尬这个字呢，我们刚刚在聊天的时候，Karen 老师说，其实尴尬在英文里面比较常用的翻译或者比较接近的翻译是 awkward。
Right, and why is that?
因为尴尬在中文里面呢，其实你是想讲尴尬跟这个不好意思有一点差别。尴尬比较常这个指的是这个状况，
外在的，
它是外在的状况它比较没有说那么强调内心的感觉当然这个内在外在你很难真的是区分那外在状况你看了之后内心就有感觉嘛但是尴尬我们会讲这是一个很尴尬的状况。
Right, but in fact it's very clear for some people because some people are very 圆滑. They're good at making anything seem really smooth, even though other people might think it's really awkward.
好，那另外呢，有的时候呢，这个当然跟人不同，有的人可能碰到这种情况，他觉得他很善于处理这种状况，
Right.
他就可以把它处理得很 smooth。那有的人呢，他可能就没办法处理。所以在这里的话，其实跟人也比较这个跟人有关系啦，就是有的人可能同样的情况，他不会觉得尴尬，那有的人会觉得很尴尬。
Right.
好，所以这地方我们就用 awkward， 所以我们可以说 because they're worried, it might be awkward。就这个事情会变得很 awkward。好，我的翻译我再全句念一次。Many people are afraid to engage in conversation with people they don't know because they're worried it might be awkward.
Good. To engage in conversation with somebody is something like 搭讪, except for 搭讪 is more 口语 and it's more informal. To engage in conversation it sounds quite formal, but it means to start a conversation.
好，所以 to engage in conversation with 其实它是 to start a conversation 的意思。
And then you continue speaking, but it has this idea of beginning a conversation.
好，所以呢，它当然是开始会这个聊 conversation 之后你会继续聊但是 engage in conversation 有那种感觉，因为 engage in 嘛有一个进入某个状态的感觉，所以它有这种这个开始 conversation 的意思。
Right. Okay, here's my translation. Some people avoid striking up conversations with strangers because they're afraid it might be awkward. I've done some things differently here. One of them is 怕. Now, 怕 in Chinese does not always mean afraid. For example, 我怕蚊子. Are you really afraid of mosquitoes?
Not really.
No, you just don't like them. You don't like them being around you. You don't like them biting you. So 怕蚊子 is not to be afraid of mosquitoes. You could say, I can't stand mosquitoes, would be closer to the Chinese. 我受不了, right? I can't stand mosquitoes. Another one is 我怕甜. Are you afraid of sweetness?
那也不是。
No, it's not because you're afraid of it. It's because you've decided you don't really enjoy eating sweet things, or maybe for health reasons, you want to avoid eating sweets. So you could say, I really try to avoid sweets.
所以呢，这个怕甜，你也不是真的怕那个甜所以这个时候呢，怕甜，你可以英文可以把它翻成说，我其实是要避免吃甜的东西I really try to avoid sweets.
Right.
Yeah. 那 sweets 是加个 s 就表示各种各样甜的东西。
That's right. So here it literally says 害怕. So this is actually more literal. But at the same time, and they may be a little afraid, but the thing is they just don't want to do it because they don't like the situation. They don't like having to deal with it. So I said, some people avoid striking up conversations. 两样要注意。第一个是你避免，你就是尽量避免跟不熟的人讲话，因为总是会尴尬。So I used avoid instead of afraid of. Afraid of sounds a little too 懦弱 to me. It sounds too weak. It's like, oh no, I have to speak. It's not that. It's that I could speak, but I don't want to do it. I'm going to avoid it, not do it if I don't have to, because it's uncomfortable. So they avoid striking up conversations with. That sort of also is like 搭讪, 就聊起天来. It means to start talking with somebody. Striking up is an even stronger way to say, to begin a conversation than just engage in. Because they're afraid it might be awkward. Okay, the fear comes in here. And this is another argument for using avoid at the beginning. Because at the end, you're going to have to pick a word that's something like afraid, so it's kind of repetitive. So at the beginning, you use avoid, and towards the end, you give the reason, which is 我有点怕麻烦，我真的有点害怕, or worried, 有点担心. So in that way, we have a little bit less redundancy. Here's the whole translation again. Some people avoid striking up conversations with strangers because they're afraid it might be awkward. So 不熟的人 we've translated as strangers.
好，所以各位可以注意到这个 Karen 老师除了他刚刚解释的很清楚的东西之外呢，另外一个就是 afraid 啊，他前面没有用 afraid 啊，用 avoid， 那后面他就可以用 afraid 啊，那这样也可以避免重复，而且 afraid 其实它也可以表达那种担心的感觉，他不希望 yeah.
That's right. And there's a difference between afraid and worried. So afraid, it's a little bit more punctual. It's a little bit more like there's a very specific point or thing that I'm a little afraid of. But worried sounds like a long-term thing, and it's giving you, this long-term stress or a problem. I don't think it's that long-term. It's usually just in the situation, I don't want to talk with this person I don't know. I don't want to have all the trouble. So I think it's better to be more focused in this particular situation.
好，所以这个地方呢，各位可以感觉到 afraid 跟 worry 有一点点不太一样。afraid 好像更是当时的那种感觉，
针对一个点
哈。那 worry 感觉起来好像是比较长的那种。那虽然说这个差距你没有办法量说啊，这个是0点几，那是0点几，但是 worry 感觉起来是比较长时间的一个担心，或者你担心的事情感觉是比较大。
Okay, so that's my translation. Here's the one in the magazine. Many people are afraid to chat with anyone they are not familiar with because they are worried about awkwardness.
那他们担心后面呢 worried about awkwardness 这个其实蛮简单蛮简洁的一个说法你不用把那个 it 拿出来。
And since they've used afraid, they have to find something else for the end, so they use worried.
Okay. 好，那前面已经用了 afraid， 所以后面用 worried
Okay.
好，那我们看第二句他说，但如果你愿意敞开心胸，就有机会留下好印象，甚至赢得友谊那但是这个地方这但是没有强调 however 没有那么强所以直接 but 就好了。but 好，那如果你愿意 if you're willing to 这个敞开心胸，英文也可以有这种说法 open your heart so but if you're willing to open your heart， 你可能就这个地方有机会这个有机会，当然我们马上想说 you probably will have an opportunity to 但这个地方其实没有那么强。那个有机会并不是说我找到一个机会了，我留下一个好印象。这个有机会其实说这个事情有可能会发生的意思所以这里呢我没有用到 opportunity 这个字，我把它翻成 you may就表示你有可能所以各位注意到这个中翻英有的时候你要去弄清楚那中文真正的意思是什么，你就比较不会被中文的字面上的字限制住。你看到这个地方有机会，我知道 opportunity 有人还想那我要不要用 chance 呢？那这个 chance 跟 opportunity 有什么差别呢？你想了半天，其实这个地方你仔细去想，中文这里讲有机会其实是表示这有可能会发生的意思。
Right, and Wesley actually was just referring to a really basic method of translation that we both use a lot, and I bet we both teach because we both taught translation, and that is instead of going word for word and making sure each element in the original is translated into something equivalent in the target language, we absorb the original, read the original. It's usually in let's say it's your native language in Chinese. You just think about it, and then you just kind of fa dai for maybe about half a minute. And then you imagine a friend in front of you, somebody who you talk to often. Then you imagine taking whatever it is you just read and expressing it in the other language. Well, let's make it English to Chinese because it works better that way. So if you read something in English, then just imagine it, just think about it, 就发呆一下. And then imagine that you are talking to a friend of yours. You're telling them what you just read in Chinese. You read it in English, but you're going to tell them in Chinese. You're going to use perfect, natural Chinese when you tell them. That will be a good translation instead of trying to translate it word by word.
Yeah, 所以 Karen 老师刚刚讲那个，我们翻译的时候呢，要小心不要被原文绑住。所谓被原文绑住，就是一个字一个字的这样对译过来，这样子你译过来，通常这个你的译文也会非常的不自然。应该是你要读原文，读完之后呢，你真的懂那个原文之后呢，你让自己沉淀一下这个大概半分钟的时间而已，沉淀一下然后呢，这个 再重新把你刚刚读到的东西用你要翻译的那个语言，你的目标语言，你再把它讲出来，这样子的话会自然一点。
That's right. And unless you do this, don't think that you are immune from using bad Chinese when you're translating. You think, well, I'm a native speaker. If I translate it, it'll be fine. No, your Chinese may sound a lot like the original English. It'll be strongly influenced by it, and it will be very 生硬.
Yeah.
It will be very stiff and awkward. And you'll think, well, I can understand it. Yeah, but nobody talks like that.
Yeah, 好，所以这个刚刚 Karen 老师讲这个也是，很多人会以为啊，这个英翻中比较容易啊，我这个中文是母语啊，英文我看懂，我用中文翻就出来了。但是其实在我们的经验里面啊，这个大部分的人英翻中的时候啊，这个翻出来的中文都是很不通顺，很怪啊，甚至于我也试过，就是这个学生交来的作业呢，我隔2个礼拜之后再发给他们看啊，我把那个英文拿掉，然后我说你们看看在中文在写什么啊，他们看着自己都会摇头。
Oh, that's a great exercise.
Yeah, 他们自己都会摇头，自己都会笑笑说，哎，我也忘了这个地方在讲什么东西。
Because if you don't have the English, you forgot what was influencing you when you wrote the Chinese.
Yeah, 然后看他们写的中文，他们也会觉得说啊，我怎么会写出这种中文来
Right.
Yeah, 好，所以这地方呢，我就是可以直接说 You may leave a good impression 啊，就留下一个好印象，留给谁其实不用讲啊。然后呢，或者甚至于 even 啊，赢得友谊啊，这个赢得也是一样，你可能马上想到的 win 啊，这赢得友谊，但其实友谊你可以怎么样用 build， 而且这个友谊是新的友谊啊，所以你可以把它讲清楚，你可以说 or even build some new friendships 啊，那 friendship 可以加 s， 这表示不同的跟不同人不同的友谊，
一份一份的，
一份一份的啊。好呀，所以我的翻译我再念一次 ，But if you're willing to open your heart,You may leave a good impression or even build some new friendships.
Okay, here's my translation. But if you are willing to open up a bit, you may leave a good impression on someone or even win a new friend. So you can use win, but I used it for friend. Win a friendship is possible, but it's not as good as win a friend. That works better. Notice I didn't say heart. Be a little careful with heart. Wesley did a good translation, but when you say to open up your heart, the first thing I think of is feeling compassion for underprivileged people. I think of poor orphans, and I think maybe I have to donate to a charity. If you open up your heart, or maybe I have to go and hug them and do something for them. Open up your heart is stronger, and it sort of implies some kind of action on your part, some kind of 行动. But to open up a bit, it just means not hiding in your book when you're on the MRT and then you start to talk to somebody. You're opening up. That means you are starting to share some of your real self with other people. So I didn't mention heart here. But if you are willing to open up a bit, remember it's open up a bit, softens it a bit. You may leave a good impression on someone. I put a person in here. Or even win a new friend.
好，所以 open up 只是敞开心胸，这比较这个中性一点的一种说法啊。但是 open your heart 啊，英文里面其实讲到 heart 的话，就跟感觉很有关系啊。所以 open your heart 也可以，但是呢，它比较感觉就啊，你是觉得啊很同情人啊，或者是你觉得啊好可怜哦，那你可能会想要做点事情。
And just to open up gives me the sense of 开朗。你如果开朗一点的话，怎样怎样？
好，所以这个 open up 也有那种开朗一点的意思啊，就是不要想太多啊，你就放开自己就可以了。
Okay, and here's the translation in our magazine. If you are willing to open up a bit to others, though, you have a chance to make a good impression.And even win the friendship of someone new.
好，所以呢，这个地方 open up a bit 啊，然后呢 to others 就对其他的人你放开一点啊，那你可能会有个机会啊，来这个 make a good impression， 然后甚至于他这里用 win 啊，这个 the friendship 一样 of someone new， 这个 someone new 这个 new 的感觉其实蛮重要的，不然你说 win friendship 啊，这个你已经认识了这个人，你还是可以 win friendship。That's
true too.
Right? 啊，所以这个地方呢，我们强调一个 new 会好一点。
Okay, Part B.
好 ，Part B 哈，这个 B 题组的第一题哈，他说有不少人羡慕空服员哈，因为他们能够环游世界，而且体验不同文化。啊，那羡慕当然你可以说不少人，你先讲这个，先把不少人翻出来啊，然后羡慕再把它翻出来啊。但其实呢，啊，我们这里也可以用被动，你可以说啊，这个 flight attendants are envied by many 啊，就是这个很多人会羡慕他们啊。为什么呢？因为 they get to 他们能够啊，这个能够啊，你用 can 当然也没有错了，但是这个地方的能够是表示怎么样？ 别人做不到，别人没办法，可是他们可以。那英文表达这种感觉的时候，常常会用 get to 啊，就是你可以得到这样的一个机会哈。But they get to， 然后呢，环游世界 ，travel the world 哈，你不一定要说 travel around the world 啊，因为其实不见得所有的空服员都能够 travel around the world， 所以是 travel the world and experience 体验 different cultures 不同的文化。
Okay.
所以我的翻译我再念一次 ：Flight attendants are envied by many.Because they get to travel the world and experience different cultures.
I hope you notice Wesley's stress. This is a compound, so we say flight attendants. We don't say flight attendants, it's flight attendants. And here's my translation. Lots of people envy flight attendants since they get to travel around the world and experience different cultures.
好，那 Karen 老师用主动的 Lots of people envy flight attendants.
Okay, and the translation in our magazine is lots of people are envious of flight attendants.Because they can travel all around the world and experience different cultures. I would say most of these are 大同小异。
好，这一句的翻译的大部分都差不多哈。那我们看第二句，他说呢，然而有研究指出，空服员罹患癌症的风险比一般人来得高。好，然后呢，所以我们这个然而这个地方转折蛮大，就大家都很羡慕哈，但是有一个很大的风险，所以我这个地方用 however。好 ，however， 卡嘛啊，那有研究指出，直接说 research has shown that 啊，研究指出。啊，这个空服员 flight attendants 啊，这地方是用普通名词的复数不加冠词啊，表示泛指空服员。那他们罹患什么病的风险比一般人高？我们其实可以直接说 have a higher than 我们其实可以讲 have a higher risk 那 than 什么什么，但是其实我们也可以英文直接说 have a higher than average risk。啊，就是比一般人高，这个 average 的 people 都不用再讲了，直接说啊，这个 average 就 higher than average， 然后直接 risk， 表示这个 risk 是比一般的 average risk 还要高的意思啊。所以呢，什么 risk 呢？是罹患癌症 contracting cancer 啊，就 contract 就罹患什么病，我们可以用这个字 contract。
So watch out for 一般人 and if you say ordinary people for that, what is an ordinary person?Yeah,
ordinary 感觉没什么特别的那种感觉。
That's right, and nobody is ordinary. Okay, let's hear your translation again.
Okay, however, research has shown that flight attendants have a higher than average risk of contracting cancer.
Right. Mine is really similar. Mine is research has shown, however, that flight attendants run a higher than average risk of contracting cancer. Now, to get cancer, you can say get cancer. That's more colloquial.To contract cancer is a more formal way of saying it, but don't say come down with cancer. It's possible, but it sounds like it's something not very serious, like it's just a cold. We say to come down with a cold. You don't just come down with cancer.
啊，所以这个罹患癌症啊，不要用 come down with 啊，对，大家反正其实背的时候把它背起来哈 ，come down with a cold. Yeah.
Okay, so research has shown, however,that flight attendants run a higher than average risk of contracting cancer. The translation in our magazine is, however, studies have indicated that flight attendants face a higher than average risk of getting cancer.
好，那这地方用的是 face 啊，用面对哈，他们会面临的怎么样？面临的这样的风险 ，face a higher than average risk。这个大家把它学起来，这是一种很精简的说法啊。你说比一般人高的风险就是 face 或者 have 啊，这个 a higher than average risk of 然后 getting cancer 就可以了。
And that's it for today. Please look for Karen on IVN Facebook, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.